Welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15, whatever I feel like every Friday at 9:15, and I'm a little bit loud. Let me change that a bit. I gotta make this music quieter so I feel like I don't have to talk over it so loud. Hello, welcome to the stream, everybody. I hope that you had a great Monday. Give me 1 second here. Alrighty. Da 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 bum bum ba-dum. Okay. 1917 is where we're playing today. How do I push this button? There you go. Error saving state. Why do I an error saving state? Why can't I not save states? That feels like it's gonna be a problem. I should have figured this out earlier. I should have figured it out already. I should have figured it out. I should have figured it out. I should have figured it out earlier. Why is this not working? Anyway, hello everybody. I hope that... I don't know why the chat's not doing the right thing. 1 second. Everything's broken. Everything's broken tonight. Tell me what is not broken in your life. Tell me something good. Tell me something that's better than all this like crap that I'm dealing with here. All right, let's property interact. Nope. Properties. Refresh. Okay. It's the perfect time for figuring things out. Yeah, I don't know why that chat was feeling bad. I unplugged my my wireless in the process of doing things earlier, so maybe that broke it. But like, I feel like not having save states is kind of a problem. I can save states like this, but that's really annoying. That's not gonna be good. Alright, well, I think we're just going to have to play through this and hope for the best. So, here we go. We are playing some Castlevania Bloodlines. We're just going to... Is there like an easy mode? I want to see if there's an easy mode. Game level, easy. That seems good. And 5 lives. That also seems good. There we go. Okay. Let's get started here. Let's just get started. Should we be Eric Licard or John Morris? Those are the questions. Those are the options we have in front of us. So Eric was born in 1895 in Texas, and has the vampire killer. Or we have, or sorry, that was John. And Eric Licard was born in 1892 in Spain, and he has the Alcard spear. John Morris for sure. John Morris feels like he has a whip. I mean, I feel like if I'm going hunting for vampires, that I really want to have a weapon that's called the vampire killer. That seems like a smart move on my part, so I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna try and not talk so loud so I don't keep the rest of the house awake. Now that we've taken the air conditioners out, I don't have the white noise, you know, running all the time to keep the lovely ladies in my house from hearing my loud voice. Anyway, happy Monday, everybody. I hope that you are doing well. Well, good. I am doing pretty decent. I had my German class where today we learned how to say colors. So I know how to say Weiss, which is white, of course, which I know from my beer drinking days. And I also know how to say other things like orange and rot and some other things. German continues to be a fun class. Unfortunately, Mrs. CPG has not been able to go with me the past couple weeks because she has been sick with bronchitis. Krank mit Bronchitis is how you might say that in German. A nurse in German is a Krankenschwester, which I think of as cranky sister, but is actually like a sick sister. 99 Luftballons. Yep, we got those too. I don't have so many Luftballons in my house, but if you've got 99 Luftballons, they may go by, or not. Ich bin ein Säubaum. Just ich bin Säubaum. Ich heiße Säubaum. Well, du heißt Säubaum. Hey, what's up with this not... There you go. And we will take this. Cool, a book. I don't know what that does, but it seems like I'm gonna want books later, because if you've got ein Buch, then you can do things. In fact, that was a Buch, Gruel, I think it was green, right? It was a green book. If it was a different color book, I could say that too. Hey, hey, don't call me a Fraulein. That's not what I am here. I thought it was 4. I think it was 4 books and you get your own personal pan pizza. Because it's like quarters, I felt like. Maybe it was 6. That was a Pizza Hut program back in the days, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Read It program from the Pizza Hut days. You would read books and then you'd come into Pizza Hut and you would tell them you had read books and they would give you little stars that you could put in there and get a personal pan pizza. I don't remember exactly how that did. Like the teachers sign off on it, or oh, book it. You're right. What did I call it? Something else. Read it, cook it, something. Book it. Yeah. Ah, stop hitting me with things. Teacher signed off on it? Okay. No shipping notices on my costumes yet. I did get my your order has been received notice. And I got my shipping notice on my my tail. So that part, the important part has shipped. No, yeah, so I expect that there's a chance that my, I think the only costume I actually expect to be here, according to the shipping estimates, before Halloween is the ninja costume. Everything else is scheduled to be here like November 2nd, so. Okay, so we made it through the first boss, so we are now in stage 1-6. Yeah, I don't think that the tail's gonna be, that's gonna have to be like a different stream on a different service, is we'll have to do with that. I can share like the visuals so that you can all picture, you know, how it would work, but that won't be modeled on stream, I agree. Anyway, yeah, so I was just watching actually a video from Talks at Google, which is Google's series where they bring in a set of authors and other folks to talk to Googlers. It's basically just a lecture series that's hosted at Google, and they upload the talks to the internet afterwards. So this is a channel, Talks at Google channel. It's got like 800,000 subscribers, where they have interviews with all types of different authors. And the one that Google recommended me recently was actually from Randall Munroe. Randall Munroe is the creator of the comic known as XKCD, kind of geeky web comic that's been running for the past 15-ish years. He actually he's been to my house before. I wasn't there at the time, I was in South Africa, but he came to my house for a party my wife hosted at one point, so he's friends of folks in the area back when he lived in the Boston area. We kind of ran in the same circles, and but it's funny just to see him, you know, he's my age, and I've met him once or twice back around this time, but now it's funny to look back and just realize how young he looks, because it turns out that when you look like you're, 23, you look like you're 23. So, have I considered streaming with Jameson? I am not a whiskey drinker. Beer, vodka, tequila, rum, all things that I have considered, but not whiskey. Well, that did not work out well for me at all. Yes, Little Bobby Tables, and this talk was in 2007, so it was actually after Little Bobby Tables. Part of the reason that I think Google recommended it to me was because I was looking at the video of Time. So Time was an XKCD comic that actually was initially was kind of like no one really knew where it was going. It was just this like one frame animation. But the thing is that it wasn't anything particularly special, but it kept changing throughout the day. And so like every 10 minutes there would be a new frame of this animation, and it wasn't really clear where it was going. So this animation had been there and slowly going, and I mean, I didn't follow it at the time, and in fact I didn't even realize it was like still going on. But that comic, that single comic, I think he drew it for something along the lines of like 11 months. And it was just like every like 15 minutes for a while, and then later like every now and then he would upload a whole like a series of frames that would slowly play out. And in part because XKCD has taken a very liberal approach to the copyright of his work. He licenses it under Creative Commons license. People were taking and making movies and videos and everything else out of it. And basically, how do I don't know where my... Well, that was not it. There we go. Just like, where is my button that does things? There we go. Oh, okay. You got rid of your axe. Alright. Nope, that was not good. Ow. Okay, now you can... You got no arms left. Well, you still got arms and legs, unfortunately. Oh, and he got me! But yeah, so Time was this, like, comic that just, like, ran for forever, and it ended up being so played at a reasonable rate. You can actually watch this now. It's a video on YouTube, and you can watch it, and it's a 40-minute like movie. It's a 40-minute long movie where this, you know, couple of people start out and they're gonna go for an adventure, and they you know, kind of explore their world and go climb a mountain and do all this other stuff, and it's just this really really well done and compelling story, kind of about the changes in the world and wanting to explore them and other things like that, that you know, he did. And so watching this Talks at Google talk, he talks about the fact that he really is not about animation. You know, he does stills and not animations, and compares himself to the guy who did the Rejected comics, the, you know, My Spoon is Too Big and other things like that. And that, you know, he really wasn't into animation, and so he didn't feel like they competed, and it was kind of funny to watch that immediately after seeing this animation that he did. Hello, Stingray. Oh right, I can do this. Whee! Alright, so we have made it through stage 1. One stage down, many stages to go. Alright, we got a password. Cool. So let us wander on. So I really have always been a bit of a downer on the NES Castlevania games. And the biggest reason for that is that I've always felt like the various aspects of the control scheme have always felt very, very clunky to me, almost unplayably so. And so I had never really gotten into, or thought I would get into, the Castlevania games on Genesis. And then I played this game at Yugi's recommendation, I think, during my Sega stream last week, and I was like, oh, this game plays fluid. Like, it doesn't play like a Sonic game, right? Like, it's not that fast moving. It's not that you know, quick breakneck pace of you know, some more traditional Sega games. But it is a really, just like, it plays nice. It feels smooth. I don't have the problem of like, oh, you can stand on the stairs, but you can't jump on the stairs, or other things like that I felt like I always got with the NES versions. And oh, what the friggity frick? That sucks. And so, you know, playing through it, I was like, oh, this is actually like a Castlevania game that's fun. I didn't expect that. So I'm happy to give this one a shot. I'm glad that I did do it on my playthrough, even though I was looking for kind of shorter games for the most part, but I think I ended up doing a fair number of games that'll actually go back and stream, and that's enjoyable. Like, I had not actually been planning that out, but I have not actually played that many games from the Sega era. You know, I've played through all the Sonic games and a couple other things that were old favorites of mine, but I guess maybe I probably didn't have as many Sega games as I did NES games as a kid, and so I don't have the same kind of sense of nostalgia for them. But being able to pick out some of these games and play them is definitely really nice. Yeah, no, Contra Hardcore is not fun. I'm trying to remember if I played that too. I felt like I had, but then I think I looked at my game list and found out that I had not. So I'm not sure if, you know, sometimes if I only play things for half of a stream, I miss it because I tend to kind of index whatever the title was at the end of the stream, and I forget that I played a game earlier, because I only update like every couple of weeks, and I just forget. Oh shit, that's right. This guy is. need to hit him quickly because this water is going to fill up and kill me. Last one. Nice. Cool, cool. Okay, and I don't need to get that ball. Great, great, great. So this is, I am now farther than I got during my recent Sega stream. I did not manage to beat that enemy during my Sega stream. Come on, bats. That's right. There you go. Way to die. Way to die. Uh-oh. Got another enemy here. And this one's got a big mace slash flail. Is it a mace? A flail? I don't understand. I don't know the names for things. Unfortunately, I'm dead, which is a problem. Well, let's keep going. We can do this. We're doing just fine. Probably gonna start over at the beginning of World 2, but that's okay. Live and learn. Oh no, okay, we're gonna start here. Anyway, so yeah, let's see, what else was I thinking about? Time is good. I was watching a handful of oneers earlier today, or one-take movies. I actually found this really cool short film, student short film project. It's a project called Briefcase, I think. And it's this like nice one-shot, like, you know, 2-minute short film that this person did, and clearly like on a budget. You know, they had just like a run-of-the-mill DSLR on a little handheld what's it called? A stabilizer, handheld gimbal. A little handheld gimbal that they used, and a mace does not have a chain, a flail does. Okay, got it. So then that is a flail. The more you know. Hello, Grandpa Bob. Good to see you, and Leif, of course. Happy to have you here. By the way, our charity tonight is a blood donation center in the Gulf Coast area. Not in an area, I think it's in Texas, so it's not an area particularly affected by the recent disaster of Hurricane Michael. But if you're not aware of some of the damage that has been done by Hurricane Michael, it seems like it's a bit of a nightmare. You know, crops destroyed, one of the strongest hurricanes to hit on land ever. And overall, like a really, really bad scene for those folks. So, oh shit. Okay, big axe. Alright, doesn't have much reach. So I can just kind of keep doing this. Oh, nope. Can't keep doing that. Okay, we got a third one. Hello, Matzo. Welcome, welcome. Alright. Matzo can stay. You don't have to tell him to go to bed. I mean, he should go to bed because it's like midnight o'clock his time, but... Okay, the water level is going down. I'm assuming I don't want to go in the water because it seemed like that killed me last time. We got these old classic floating heads from earlier Castlevanias as well. So let's be wary here. Oh, like that. That's bad. See? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm playing a vampire game, and I'm donating to a blood donation program. It seemed like that was, you know. So every time I stream, I pick a different charity as part of the Super Chat for Good program. All of your charitable donations are, if you're able to, I know that not everyone is, do go directly to the charity. They don't go into my pocket or anybody else's pocket. You get the charitable receipts for them and everything else like that. And I try and pick a charity which is appropriate to the stream content. So I try and pick charities that are relevant. God damn it. Medusa heads, yes, that's what they're called. Yeah, we got some Medusa heads here. By the way, can you hear the game at all? Or is it just way too quiet? I can turn it up a little bit. I'm just realizing now that my audio levels are probably totally bad. Hey! You can hear it? Okay, cool. Okay, so these Medusa heads are only taking one hit, so that's good. Extra Life should be one of the accepted charities, but the problem is that you wouldn't be able to do extra life for the team you're on or whatever. So you know, you couldn't, if you're hoping to get, you know, because Extra Life has like tiers and points and other stuff like that, that wouldn't work. However, Livestream Alerts should still have support, and I should check this given Extra Life is coming up soon. Should still have support for people to donate directly through the Extra Life website as well. So you could do kind of both, and you could just keep your own tally. So if people wanted to donate through the Extra Life website, they could do that, or if they wanted to do, which is important because I think that Extra Life doesn't allow, or Super Chat for Good doesn't allow donations from every country, but if they can donate through Super Chat for Good, then they could do that. So, yeah, that sounds appropriate, Leif. My soft voice is very hearable. Yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit quieter than usual. Mrs. CPG is sleeping, and now that we've pulled out the air conditioners, we're short on white noise to cover my voice. So, want to try and be a little bit more polite than I usually am. So you get something that's not quite ASMR, but a little bit more of a chill environment. So was the Castlevania on Netflix any good? I never watched it. It was like it was animated, right? She is feeling better. Yeah, she's still got some coughing, but she's feeling a lot better. But yeah, it was an animated series, is that right? I feel like I watched the first episode and didn't really get into it, but at the time I don't think I had played as much of the Castlevania games, because I've always, like, been kind of meh after the first Castlevania, so... Yeah, I don't remember. I watch a lot of Netflix, but I watch a lot of really crappy TV on Netflix. I watch Outback Truckers and... Great British Bake Off type stuff. I don't watch the Great British Bake Off. There's another show I was watching recently where like these people buy like houses, like they're gonna build their dream house or whatever, and so they're like, yeah, we only have like $1.2 million to build this house, and then they can't actually afford it, and they end up running out of money halfway through, and then they have to, you know, leave the project abandoned for 6 months while they figure out a way to make money or take out a mortgage or whatever else. And it's like, oh my god, people are disgusting. People are disgusting. Yeah, and they're all trying to make houses, and like they're like, yeah, we bought the plot in downtown London for, you know, $4.7 million, and I mean, which is, like, I'm familiar with this. Not 475,000, sorry. Not quite that bad. But yeah, like, I'm familiar with the idea that, like, shit can be really expensive. I mean, Cambridge has a lot of the same problem. It's kind of funny to look around here, and you can just see the maps of, like, if you look at plot maps, you can see, you can actually see like all the houses that have been built on the backyards of what were previously houses, and so you've got, you know, places that are you know, like you've got a normal size house in the front, but then like a small house in the back, because as the property values went up, you know, it's worth it for someone to come along and take over that backyard space. You know, someone buys it from them and then revamps it and does a reno that gets them more space, and then you sell it for double. Make a lot of moolah. Alright. There you go. You are out of here, my friend. Out of here. There we go. Oh no! Okay. Knockback, you will not kill me this time. Maybe this time, but not that time. There we go. So I don't feel too, as someone who, dumped 6 bottles of expired milk from his fridge this weekend, like, don't think too highly of me. Yeah, we have, we have a milk delivery service, that comes, Crescent Ridge, just the milkman, not like it's nothing fancy, but you can have milk delivered to your front door. The problem is that, like, we get milk delivered way too often. We don't drink that much milk, and, like, I'm constantly like, no, don't do that. But yeah, so I had milk that had an expiration date as early as September 3rd that was hanging out in the back of the fridge that I dumped out this weekend. Oh shit. Yeah, I saw that coming. The oldest ones definitely smelled bad. Well, and the thing is that, like, the Crescent Ridge milk is not, as heavily, like, pasteurized as, like, normal store milk is. So it... What am I doing here? Am I, like, hitting this? Okay, yes. Ow. Ah! Almost had it. But yeah, no, like, this milk is definitely, like, the Crescent Ridge milk has a tendency to, like, so there's a couple things. Like, one, milk is better when it's stored at a consistent temperature, and because it's delivered, it tends to end up sitting on the porch for a couple hours, and we have, like, a milk box, which keeps it cool, but especially when it's, like, 75, 80 degrees outside, when it gets delivered, it doesn't stay that cool. Oh, shit. Good job. Good job, CPG. Well done. Yeah, so I think that there's fewer, not less preservatives, fewer preservatives, because preservatives is a countable noun, as Mrs. CPG would tell me. But yeah, so the Crescent Ridge milk almost certainly has less in the way of preservatives than kind of traditional store-bought milk. It's more like the organic milk you might buy or something else. And the other thing about it is that because it ends up staying outside for a little bit, I think it ends up kind of doubling down on some of those effects. Well, I almost made it, but not quite. Uh-oh. Alright, so I need to hit him in the belly, knock the rocks off, and then his head will fall down, and then I can smack it with my whip. Haha! Destroyed your head. Yeah, so we, you know, we'll sometimes go through a period where we'll use a bunch of milk. Hello, Aurora. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, so we'll go through times where we use a lot of milk, but most of the time we don't. And Mrs. CPG, you know, we get milk delivered every 2 weeks, whether we need it or not. And so sometimes we end up with a whole bunch of expired milk that we have to clean out, like I did this weekend. And, well, the problem is that, like, it's like when I want milk, like, it's like, okay, like this week I've actually gone through like 2 quarts of milk because I've been eating, because I've been working from home. So when I'm working from home, because Jess has been sick, so I've been trying to, like, be home for her a little bit and help out around the house, stuff like that. And when I'm working from home, I don't have free food at the office. And when I don't have free food at the office, it means I have to actually eat, like, breakfast or lunch. And so I will end up eating, like, breakfast and lunch that's just cereal, which works fine for me, but I want milk. So it tends to come in phases, but yes, we should have less milk than we do. I'm going to ask if we can move it to, like I think the milk lasts for about 3 weeks after it gets delivered in the best case scenario, so I think we'll just change it to 1 every 3 weeks. And that means that hopefully we won't only be throwing away stuff, you know, every 3 weeks instead of every 2 weeks. No, Jeff, all the food at Google's offices is free. We get free food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, I don't usually stay for dinner because it doesn't start until 6:30, but breakfast runs until 9:45-ish. Oh shit, that's not a like a... I was like, I won! I got to the thing! And then the thing was an evil eyeball that wanted to kill me. Yeah, we're also, well, I grew up drinking skim milk, but Mrs. CPG believes that that's not really milk, and so we're whole milk havers in this house. Yeah, I mean, the problem is, like, with San Francisco, that, and this is like a common, there you go. Like, cities don't want Google offices to just become these black holes of, like, people, like, cramming into their offices and eating their free food and basically not becoming part of the tax base, right? This is a desire that cities have. The problem is that, like, the reason that this happens is because there aren't walkable cities, in part. And so, like, great, you want people to, like, go out and be in the city. The problem is that, like, your city, everything is far from everything. So, like, Mountain View, like, even if you made it a rule that you had to go out and, like, you couldn't have cafeterias or whatever else like that, like, where the heck are people gonna go in Mountain View? Like, the entire Google office is, like, 5 miles across, and there's nothing else in there. Like, there's no place you can go. And then, yeah, and then there's 25,000 of them. Like, what the hell are you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna support that type of load if you were to somehow turn that off? Like, Google runs 16 16 cafes on their campus. Like, how was that gonna work? So I don't know. I feel like it's doing the wrong thing. On the other hand, I totally realized, like, and the other thing is that about Google's free food is that a huge part of the reason that Google does it is, frankly, to keep people in the office, right? Like, the reason that Google offers that perk is not because, like, oh, we want it to be, like, you know, free money for our employees. Like, we don't want them to have to go out and spend money in the restaurants. It's, like, we want our employees to be able to all go out together or, like, have lunch together because then they'll talk about work. Which is totally true. Like, when I went out with my friends at Nokia, when I went to launch at Nokia, like, I would oftentimes go out on my own. We would kind of split up. Like, sometimes we would go out together, but a lot of times we would split up and we'd all go our own ways. And so, like, by having this stuff be, like, freely available in the office, it means that, like, people don't have to walk to lunch, people don't have to do anything else. They just go to the office and eat, and there's no way you can offer that because you can't get the restaurants can't build as close as everything else. Like, I don't even go to the frickin' food truck because the lines are too long when there's a food truck in the parking lot in Mountain View because there's so many people who try and go out to it. Like, they can't keep up. So how are you gonna have that, like, be your approach? Like, restaurants are supposed to do this. Like, that's not a thing that's gonna work. So, again, I understand and appreciate the intention, the desire, but you can't offer the same service that Google is offering its employees because you don't have those businesses able to provide the service that's being consumed. And it feels like, and it ends up feeling like you know, a NIMBY, you know, oh, we don't want these tech companies here, like, type of thing, which I don't know if it is or isn't, but it doesn't feel good. Like, you want to charge companies more like, I also feel like it's kind of silly in an environment where you know, like, cities compete heavily to give, like, tax breaks and incentives to companies to work there, or, like, to build there. So, like, the Amazon HQ2 headquarters is, like, cities are offering, you know, tax-free for 20 years and all kinds of shit like that. Like, okay, so you're gonna give them $50 million a year in tax benefits for 20 years. You're gonna give them $1 billion in tax benefits, and then you're gonna complain that they don't go out to lunch to eat in your city? Like, maybe just take the $1 billion in taxes that you gave away to get them to come to your city and don't do that? Like, ow, that seems like it's gonna be a problem. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Okay. Google actually did have a problem for a little while with the milk in the gym at the office, because the mini fridge that was in the gym was wasn't sealing well, and so all of the milk there would just like expire way before. I'm just a magnet for bad milk. All right. Oh God! Hit me off the edge. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many things in the Bay Area, like, we don't want to build, we don't want to do, like, all this. It's like, you know, what you need to do is, instead of, like, offering tax incentives to these giant companies that are super giant and insular and have all of their own benefits they're trying to offer, like, offer tax benefits to small companies that don't have the money to, like, buy their own cafeterias and chefs and everything else. So, it's, like, there's just such better approaches to what you can do here. And then, like, I went to my my local neighborhood meeting the other day, and these folks were I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. Like, the dimensionality here is kind of screwing with me. Have a good night, Matzo. Feel better. Or feel better. Get some sleep. That's what I meant to say. You're not sick. Just get some sleep. Alright. Oh, fuck. Yeah, like, Intel doesn't need a break from your taxes. Like, Amazon doesn't need a break from your taxes. Like, and I realize that you're thinking, like, oh, we're gonna have so many people move here, but the reality is that, like, with your property costs so high, like your apartment costs so high, like, those people can't afford to live in your town anyway. Like, they're gonna have to live like 2 hours out, you're gonna get more traffic, you're not gonna build enough amenities to actually support them, like, and then you're gonna whine that, like, their employees don't buy the things you want them to buy. Like, it's annoying. Just annoying. Yeah, I didn't want to waste them. I guess maybe I should have been a little bit more aggressive, but... So, like, I mean, companies buying and, like, running housing for their employees is a thing that's existed. Like, company towns are a real thing. In fact, one of the existing court cases that's oftentimes cited in the consideration of whether, you know, Twitter is a public space or not for the purpose of the First Amendment is from a case that was about the First Amendment as it applied in a company town. Fuck. And I feel like, you know, Googlers should also be paid in, like, script, like, you know, company money they can only spend at the company store. Is this the direction we're going? Yeah, no, this was a huge mining town thing. I mean, this is still, like, a huge mining town thing, is that, you know, when you're in, like, a remote area that there's no other reason to be, like, the company builds basically a private town, because there's no other way to, like, come in there and get anyone to build it. Like, no one else wants to be in frickin' Barrow, Alaska, or whatever. Like, Barrow is different because that's actually like, one of the populous areas of indigenous culture, but, like, Prudhoe Bay? Like, who the hell wants to live in Prudhoe Bay? Nobody wants to live in Prudhoe Bay. Like, they're up there because the oil fields are up there. And so that's, like, the town there is basically run by the companies that are doing oil mining. Yeah, exactly. Like how people are treated overseas in the military, which Mike probably has some experience with. Probably a little bit nicer. You know, it's not quite an FOB. And I think this is true. I mean, this is true of the mining, like, environments too. Yes, but yeah, that's the, like, the script thing. No, we're not protesting them. I'm just saying, like, that's how it is. That's the reality of the world up there, is that there's no town but the town that the company provides. There's no entertainment but what you know, but what is provided by the company. So I don't think it sounds like a good idea. But yeah, no, so it's really common, like mining town thing. Do you have to pay, like, does Afghanistan have a high sales tax anyway? Oh, yes! Nice knockback. Just knocked me right back onto the platform. Appreciate that. God damn it. Hey, Google Play is not all the entertainment we need. I mean, this is one of the things, right? As, like, at least there's the internet now. I was watching a couple of different videos about life on aircraft carriers. And they were talking a little bit about, you know, just the overall entertainment and other stuff, and it's just like, oof, you know, the racks on aircraft carriers are not exactly spacious. I go with that. All right. Ah, too tall. Stop it. Fuck. Got 4. Oh, gotcha. Interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense. The sales tax from like sales to people on base is just like it's just money that the government is taking from itself to pay itself. You know, all the money that you're getting is probably coming from your military salary anyway, right? So, at least theoretically, I don't think many people work extra jobs when you're in the military. It feels like it would be inconsistent with the job requirements. Fuck! But yeah, so company towns are I'll continue just in case there's like a time limit on this. But yeah, company towns, the Pullman stuff, right? Pullman, developed in the 1880s just outside the Chicago city limits, provided housing, markets, a library, churches, and entertainment for 6,000 company employees and an equal number of dependents. And employees were required to live in Pullman, even though there was cheaper rentals nearby. And that was like the Pullman strike was part of this. So basically, like it was, you know, it all looked like this, and they basically said like, this sucks. Like I don't want to do that. And so they actually have rebuilt them to be more reasonable, and you know, I guess this is a textile company town. But yeah, the biggest problem was like paying in scrip. So scrip was like a substitute for legal tender that you got, and you could only spend it in the town, and you could only convert a certain amount and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. It's pretty cool, huh, Soybud? It's like magic. Alright, I am going to have a problem here, though. I'm not going to be able to throw any more axes soon, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so he's going to come from the left. He's going to swing his tail around and miss me. And I'm going to hit him. 1. Ah, both of my axes missed. Cool. Yeah, you had to pay rent in company towns. That came out of your script. Ooh, close. Alright, I'm still ahead of him on life, so I'm not totally screwed yet. Ah, missed. Oh, rant. I did see that he said rant, but I thought it was a typo for rent. I don't know enough about company towns to rant on them. It'd be cool if I did. Alright. What's gonna happen now? Yeah, I don't think that that's an entitled thing at all, Mike. I think that we should treat veterans way better than we do. I think that it is ridiculous the level to which we like, it's ridiculous to the level to which we underpay veterans. It is ridiculous the level to which we don't support them after the fact. It is ridiculous that, you know, we don't help them transition into civil service by helping them convert their military expertise into civilian certificates for jobs that they're good at. It's ridiculous that, you know, I guess the VA healthcare system is not the worst. At least they try. Like VA is a mess, and don't get me wrong, I don't mean to indicate otherwise, but at least there's an idea that, you know, we owe them healthcare. So but yeah, so it is routinely commented that, like, you know, when we talk about like the Googleplex, like Google has 25,000 employees in Mountain View. It probably has 35,000 in the general like Bay Area. There is a ton of people who work for Google out there, and so there is just like, it's oftentimes thought of similar to like Pullman towns and other company towns throughout history. That comparison is not inaccurate or unusual, and people talk about it all the time. All right, what do I got down here? Yeah, I mean, my understanding, Mike, and again, I you know, we are lucky enough that Jess never deployed and doesn't have, you know, we've had good health insurance and you know, a bunch of stuff like that, but my understanding is the biggest issue with VA is, you know, routinely getting seen, and then like the overall downsides of a giant, massively bureaucratic system. You know, are you getting seen in a timely manner? Are you getting the treatment you need? Are you able to see a doctor who actually is able to help you? Things like that. No, the Googleplex is the series of buildings that is Google in downtown Mountain View. Well, not downtown, but in Mountain View. So if we search for Googleplex, the Googleplex, nope, that's not right. That's not right. Amphitheater Parkway. Yeah, so the Googleplex is like, theoretically like these big buildings here. So this is Charlie's, and the cafe outside Charlie's. I've actually camped like here one time back in 2007. So this is Google offices. Basically, the Google office goes from here, this GWC building. That's where I used to work back when I was at YouTube. It goes all the way through here. Charleston, this is where my office is now. This looks like a big, oh yeah, this is the big construction thing they're doing on this intersection here. Goes all the way down here. So this whole set of buildings here is Google buildings, from GWC down to here. Google also owns, or at least leases for $1, the entire Ames facility. So this NASA facility here is owned by Google. There's more Google buildings now over here somewhere, and they're going to be expanding to San Jose. We've also got a couple of buildings up in South San Francisco, and of course the YouTube offices are in San Bruno, wherever that is, like here. So yeah, so the Google offices, or the YouTube offices, are in here. And so yeah, Google has offices all over the place, but the Googleplex is basically kind of everything that you, let's close this, everything from GWC all the way down here. This entire area is Google, almost entirely Google buildings. Whoa. What happened to my whip? It seems to be like a fireball now. Great! Googly moogly! Oh. I was ducking. Didn't work. But yeah, I mean, generally speaking, the reason that people enlist in the military is because their other options aren't great. Just on average. It's not true of everyone who is able to do that. You know, one of my Jess's cousins is an Arabic speaker and translator in the military, and I expect he is and continues to be enlisted not because that's the only job he could do, but because he feels a sense of duty and, you know, gets something positive out of it. But overall, you know, you're poor, and the military provides you an environment where you can not be. Or where you can still be poor, but at least you've got a roof over your head, you got three hots and a cot, and you don't have to go to jail to do it, so. Great googly moogly. Is that Back to the Future? No, that's just Great Scott. Great Scott! 1.21 gigawatts. We appear to be in an engine now, that is correct. And yes, Soy Bomb, I am always happy to talk about other things during my streams. I also think this is longer than a 1 hour game, right? Like, How Long to Beat gives this game like 8 hours, I thought. Ow. AWOL! I rebuilt lounges! I even made it work on mobile. I haven't built a Chromecast UI for it yet, though. That's on my list. Oh, it says 2 hours? Okay. I misread that. I thought it said 8. I wonder what I was looking at that said 8 recently, then. Well, good. Then, maybe this won't suck. GG, Jeff. You are a special man. I need to do my, I have a Saturn V Lego kit that I really need to build. I've been putting it off for almost a year now. I got it for Christmas. And I keep wanting to, like, have a good setup to record it, and I may just end up giving up on that and not recording it. I did, AWOL, yes, and it was great. The Unfinished One was awesome. It was a really fun game. Definitely my style. Great recommendation. And it even got me to get off my butt and find my PS4 in the basement, which I had not known where it was for a while. So I now actually have my PS4 in my office. So yeah, it was a really great game. The only complaint that I have, and this wasn't a complaint on you, is that it was shorter than I expected. So that was another game where I looked at How Long to Beat, said it was going to be like 3 hours, and I think it only took me like 2. And part of that is that I don't go for all the balloons and other stuff like that. And I know pretty much everyone goes for more stuff than I do. So I wasn't super surprised, but it did kind of catch me off guard. Duplo, baby. You think I should stream the Lego build? Well, the problem with streaming the Lego build is that it's like a 5 to 6 hour build, and I don't have a space where I can set up for it well. And then, like, between, like, all of the, with Julie doing school and everything else like that, like, I don't know that I'm going to have, like I'd want to do it on, like, a Saturday afternoon or something instead, but I don't think that I'll have the time to do that in the next, like, 3 months, so. Yeah, it was a very straightforward game, AWOL. Which is nice. Like, I liked it, and I commented on that, is that, like, you know, there's puzzles here, and they're interesting, but they're not such that, like, I feel like I'm spending any time stuck, which is good, right? Like, when I'm streaming, What I want is never to feel stuck. It's one of the reasons I will probably never stream The Witness. And yeah. Yeah, well, the cardboard boxes, like, one, I cleared off my entire desk. And two, I needed a lot less space than I expected I would need for the Lego build. And so that's like one of the things that I'm taking as one of the examples that tells me that it's not gonna work for me. Yeah, so it was definitely a game that I feel like, I felt like it did not, I don't know what I was supposed to stay up, I guess. Yeah, it was definitely a game I didn't feel stuck on. It was a pretty straightforward progression. The puzzles, like the mechanics were interesting enough to keep my attention. The story was cute. The art was good. I thought their build-up was really nice. Their handling of kind of the end credits level as the king walked you through what happened. And the various world changes that came out of it. Like, overall, I just thought it was a really well done and cute game. I wanted it to be an hour longer. Okay, so do I have to, like, hang on this? Nope, maybe I have to jump on it. Oh shit, okay, that is a giant blade. Cool. Cool. But yes, so I played Unfinished Swan, and then I went shopping on Wish for Halloween costumes and sex toys, and then I went and played Overwatch for an hour. So it was a pretty good night, because I had actually wanted, I would been like, ugh, like, I really just want to play Overwatch, but I shouldn't just play Overwatch, because, like, at some point people are going to be like, what are you doing? Only playing Overwatch. We didn't come here for that. And, you know, the masses will revolt in protest, and so I didn't want to just do that, and the Unfinished Swan was great. Yes, that is true. The Unfinished Swan is finished. So definitely a good recommendation, and I felt comfortable with it because you know, fun, joking, mostly joking in this case, Mike. That was the tail, the stainless steel butt plug tail. It just popped up while we were looking for costumes. Because my Wish recommendations are almost entirely like lingerie and porn. Or lingerie and like women's clothing. So... yeah, so What Remains of Edith Finch, I played at PAX a little bit, and I don't feel like I get it. Hey, you warm it up with your hands first. It's fine, I'm sure. Okay, what can I do here? Okay, they die in one hit. I just have to hit them. Ah! There we go. Come here, buddy. But yes, AWOL, there's new lounges. There's a link in the description, and I'm gonna work on a Chromecast version, but even the mobile version that's not Chromecast, I've been using pretty routinely on my phone, and I actually feel like it works decently. So yeah, so that's actually the problem, is that I felt like What Remains of Edith Finch was too much story. Like, that was, I think, one of my concerns. So Unfinished Swan was great in part because... Unfinished Swan was great in part because a lot of it was just, like, platforming stuff. And different mechanics around that. And story was, like, 1 or 2 snippets every 5 minutes. Which was perfect. Like, as someone who is not... like a huge story person, that was exactly the right amount of story, because it allowed me to keep talking and nobody explodes, or rather to keep talking and still stream. So Chromecast won't probably doesn't, I haven't actually tried it on Android. I think the syncing doesn't work, so you might have to like un-Chromecast and put it back every time. I don't know. I feel like Chromecast is definitely not, like, I need to build Chromecast support, and I think I understand and have the right Stack Overflow posts booked or bookmarked on how to do it, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. But you can watch it, and it like keeps playing, and you can like chat and stuff. So you're welcome to test it out. Like, Chromecast support on iOS is very different, so feel free to you know, check it out. At the moment, it's just going to be playing this stream, I think. Oh, that's right. It also supports live streams. So. Hello, Matus. Well done. Well done, sir. As it always is. Matus, the CP of Gears. So, Stingray, are you going to do Extra Life this year? Did we talk about this? I feel like we talked about this. So, Mom, do you want to do Extra Life this year? I know you're not into the streaming thing anymore, but... Oh no! 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's a bad time. It means you can't see me nearly as easily. But yeah, so, oh, interesting. Okay, what was I trying to do? Oh yeah, so, new lounges, it looks like this. I built my own little chat interface. And so you can see like chatty things, and then when your browser is like not wide like this, like it's a phone, then you've actually got the chat and you got the video here and it plays. I think I tried this play on TV thing, and I think once I do it, it doesn't work with the JavaScript that actually advances videos anymore. But yeah, it's my little project, and it doesn't use YouTube chat at all, which is good because YouTube chat is slow and breaks easily, and it's good. It's better. So this is Lounge's URL. At the moment, it is Randall Monroe giving a talk at Google, but at some point you should hop in and we should try it. Brad and I have been watching in the morning. Your morning, his evening, my noon. But the biggest thing I need to do is actually build a Chromecast receiver for it, so. It's also linked in the description, but that's fine. I gave you the link. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, like if I should do it. I need to look at the college visit day schedule and see if we're booked for that day. If we are, then I'll just back out and not do it. But I'd kind of like to do something. But I do think that doing 24 hours is a huge mistake, at least on my own. But building a team of folks who are interested might be interesting. Except the YouTube gaming people are gonna do it, but they're all in California and they tend to do it like in the same physical space, which is cool for them, but not cool for me. So it's November 2nd. Yeah, so the Brad has not been streaming recently because his computer was broken. He got a new computer, but then VPNs and Windows are all broken. So I helped him set up SSH proxying or SSH tunneling, so hopefully he will be in a position where he will have access to stream again soon. But yeah, the last week there's been like very little Brad. Ow. Oh, fuck. That did not work how I thought it would. Ah! Just throwing gears at me? What the heck? 3rd. Sorry. It's Saturday. Whatever the first Saturday in November is. Totally a mistake on my part. Ugh! What? No. How am I supposed to hit you? Your ball is little and small. Oh god. Now your ball is big and wide. Oh shit. I have no idea what's gonna go on here. Oh god. Okay, that didn't go well. That did not go well. Yeah, the theory at this point, he had a series of overheating issues at some point, and so he basically determined that he probably had overheated himself too much. So he bought all new components and built himself a brand new computer. Gotcha. Yeah, especially if it's been that way for more than 4 hours, right? Is that how this goes? God damn it. Also, now I have holy water, and I really would have rather had the boomerangs, and now I'm stuck behind this guy's head. I don't know what the heck I was supposed to do with that. Alright, this is just not gonna go well. I'm just like, alright, cool. It's all over. There we go. Ah! Ah. Ah! God damn it. Okay. So basically he starts out too tall for me to hit with my normal whip height, and then eventually he gets to being the appropriate height to do that, and then he gets too short to hit with my normal whip height. So those are the 3 stages of this boss. Yeah, I know it's limited. I was just curious about this particular case since it's a charity, day where people do 24 hours of streaming, and I thought maybe you could toss in an hour or two. But yeah, so I need to figure out if I'm around on that day, or if I'm going to be off at a college visit, and maybe I will try and hook something up if I'm not around, if I am around rather. Get out of here! Oh, he got me. Yeah, so I was thinking about doing like a scheduled thing where we could we could each pick a game or a couple hours during the day, and so rather than doing like 24 hours of streaming, we could each pull out like an hour or 2 of streaming, and together we would have like 8 hours of streaming on that day. And I don't even think that I honestly don't think that there's any value in having a stream going at like 3 a.m. my time, because I don't have any people who watch me at that time. I don't have any I don't have anything like that makes sense for me. So yeah, so I would just be thinking about like, okay, can I get something going from like noon Eastern until 8 p.m. Eastern, or noon Eastern until 10 p.m. Eastern, and just do a little like collection of people that we put on a team, if we had, depending on how many people we had, and mix it up with some of our favorite games, or maybe we'd pick some kind of theme or something. Okay, sounds good. Will do. I need to, I definitely need to check my college visit plans, so once I do that, I'll try and do that, remember to do that tomorrow or something, and follow up. But yeah, I mean, as much as the like 24-hour thing, like I did it once and then I did it again because it's like a little bit felt like a tradition. I think it's really low return. The reality is that the only person who watches me at 3 in the morning my time was like Lucy Cell, who doesn't watch me anymore, and Brad, who, is around for whatever time I'm around, but he can do other things with his Sunday other than just watch me on his own at 3 in the morning. Yeah, they picked their turns out they picked their visit days before consulting me, turns out. You do watch me, and I appreciate it, Brad. Yeah, that's right. I did 24 hours once. I did it twice. I don't want to do it again. I did consider setting up this like bright light for myself that I showed you all like a couple weeks ago, and like having, you know, this brighter light thing going on. But then I realized that like that just gives me a bunch of shadows and doesn't actually do a whole lot for me in the current setup I have. So anyway, yeah, so considering extra life, considering... Ow! What the fuck? I'm like... Oh shit, all of my controls go backwards now. Like I have to press left to go right. Okay. Huh. Hooah! Hooah! Get out of here! Get out of here! But yeah, my feeling is that, you know, it would be more productive to try and do something that's shared with like a handful of people and is shared in a bunch of hours that are more akin to the audience that we're streaming to, rather than trying to have like every hour of the day filled. I realized that the 24-hour streaming challenge is, you know, like I said, it's fine once, but it just doesn't need to be a thing that I repeat personally. Ah. I don't know how to get up there. Okay. Oh. Heck. Oh. Haha, I can jump over this one. Fuck. I mean, I think that's just real difficulty. I don't think it's like trying to fake it. I think it's an actual interesting game mechanic. To some extent, any game mechanic is artificial difficulty, but that particular one is definitely what I would consider. In the same way, like in what's it called? Inside, like the brains, like you get the brain slugs on you, and then like you have to get them off of you by wandering into the light. And I think it provides an actual interesting game mechanic. It's a way to encourage you to not take damage, something that clearly has not been sunk into my head so far in this game. So. Rant on the stock market. I don't want to rant on anything that's close to politics, and I don't even know if I'm gonna rant. I'm having fun playing with you all. Let's just be chill. You know, we don't have to always be ranty. Sometimes we can just relax. But yeah, in this case, definitely, I would say the control scheme switching feels a reasonably thought out game mechanic piece, and not something that is like difficult for the sake of difficulty. Nice. Especially because I'm pretty sure that like if you play well, like you have the ability to avoid it. I don't know exactly what the way is in this case, because I don't know how I'm supposed to get up here, but oh, I can hit those things with my whip. So given that my whip is my primary weapon, it definitely feels like I should be able to avoid that. You can wait it out, which is another thing that, you know, kind of points to it being more of a game mechanic thing if you just stay still. So it's designed to impede people moving too quickly and not necessarily to cause endless problems. Yeah. So those are kind of my feelings on why it falls into the just general game mechanic thing. Ow. 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 Ah, God damn it. Okay. So yeah, you're given nice. You're given tools at the beginning of this level that can allow you to avoid the first one. The second one is more difficult. I don't know how you're supposed to get up there and do that. But grab this. Now, can I find a way to get through here without... Yes, okay. So, given that you are able to get through those sparkles by being patient and playing smart, that definitely doubles down on my sense of this is definitely a mechanic designed to reward good play. Not intended to make things artificially difficult, but to separate the men from the boys or the women from the girls, and show that, you know, good play can get you rewarded. Fuck you, buddy. Running short of axes, but I made it to the next part of the stage. You can whip at an angle, but only when you're in the air. Well, that sucked. That was just bad play. So you can whip at an angle only within the air. I don't feel like 93% of Googlers have opinions on this game. That feels like somewhere that statement falls short to me. Get out of here. Alright. Yeah, I like how the first chandelier, okay, fine. Like, I missed it. The second chandelier, okay, like, fine. I wasn't playing well. The third chandelier, on the other hand, very much feels like, what are you even doing here? What are you even doing here? There we go. Oh, crap. Didn't see that one. Ah! 93% of Googles are above average for me. Ah! Oh, come on. You don't even die to a holy water at your feet? Ah! Fuck. Good job jumping right onto the axe that you successfully avoided. I would say that number is probably much higher than 90%, but yes, I agree with the intent of what you're saying. Anyway, yeah, while I'm currently waiting to, I do have the nice, I do have the code for the new lounges. I have an open source launch out for it, so when my director finally gets back to me and tells me if I can launch it, okay. So this is more of, like, rewarding good play by kind of kiting these enemies back into a chandelier and dropping a chandelier on their head. They die instantly. So... gotta get closer. Oh no! Unfortunately, I do not think that I will be able to kite those into that chandelier, which is what I was going for, but still. So yeah, I think that that's actually like a key element that makes artificial difficulty decisions more interesting. Is like, do you actually have the ability to avoid the condition that you're considering artificially difficult if you play well? That would be one of my determinations. So I don't know. I didn't get a chance to try. I did get 1 for 1, but did not get a chance to try 2 for 1. Oh, my boomerang went off the side. Boomerang, come back. Oh yeah, no, I was trying. I failed, but I tried. Oh shit. Okay, 1 hit. 1 hit. 1 hit. 1 hit. I don't know how the hell to hit you. Fuck! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Not a big deal. Just be calm. Be chill. Ah. Crap. Lost a whip upgrade. There you go. Well, you're always perfect to me, AWOL, as you know. Ugh. I mean, Project Stream is like, and this is key in how YouTube streaming works. And there's a lot of people who have opinions on how like real-time streaming works, and point out that like YouTube's system for this is really not designed for it. What am I supposed to just walk by? Does this work? Oh, psst. I don't even have to kill that guy. I was like, how am I supposed to kill this guy? How about don't? So how's that sound? Cool. Cool. Yeah, keep throwing bombs. Oh shit, they're not bombs, they're skeletons. Don't throw skeletons. Okay, that's a bomb. There we go. But yeah, setting aside anything related to what I might know or not know about Project Stream, what I do know is that in the same way that like game clients are, or that in general, like streaming that is intended to get all of the data before it continues is inconsistent with a lot of like how TV streaming works, right? When TVs, the reason that you get like choppy, weird signal stuff when it's raining outside and you have a satellite connection is because those streams are not designed to like buffer until they get all the data. They're designed to play whatever data they have when they have it. And that's consistent with like most gaming stuff, is that like it uses UDP and it is resilient to like missing some updates from the server, and so the client will just work with what it has, which is why you get like lag in games instead of like the game state buffering for everyone for the most part, unless you're playing like cheap emulation, like what Stingray and I played emulated NES games, where like it just sat there and it was like, oh, like we don't have all the clients synced, like great, we'll just wait until the client state is synced for everybody. Shit. So there's aspects of like, oh, I'm going to turn the quality down that matter for some things, but in general, being able to stream data in real time means being willing to lose some of the data. Is that what we played together, Soy? We played something together, right? Contra Force. Ah, maybe that's what I was thinking of instead of Contra Hardcore that I played. That was really a bad game. Ah! Proto Sam! Welcome, welcome. Hooah! I am gonna make it up these stairs. This time, baby. Nope, I lied. Next time, baby. Yeah! Fuck. Proto Sam. Anyway, Proto Sam, you can no longer break up the mod wall. All the CPG pixels. Snarly Charlie, it's good to see you. And I make this fix too. There we go. Now everyone's blue. Everyone's blue, except for Natalie. But yes, good to see you, Snarly Charlie and Proto Sam. We are playing some Castlevania Bloodlines tonight, and I have to keep reminding myself not to shout. Like, I adjusted my mic to be tuned to this level of speaking, but unfortunately I keep doing my normal CPG voice where I shout, and Mrs. CPG is trying to sleep. And it used to be, in the summer, we have the air conditioners running, and the air conditioners provide enough white noise to hide my voice, but that isn't the case in the winter. Someone did point out that I should buy a white noise generator, but I don't think I am gonna do that. I think the problem is that Mrs. CPG likes her quiet, so yes, you are blue. It's true. It's been a blue Christmas without you. Yeah, I mean, you all know. You're all friends here. You're all my friends. I trust you all. Don't abuse your power. That's all. But yeah, well, I'm happy to have you back. As I've been building lounges over the past 2 weeks, I kept thinking of you and being like, I want AWOL around. But then I didn't see you, so I didn't actually work on building Chromecast support. So now I have a reason to go back to building Chromecast support. So Jess really likes to sleep with, she does like water noises. So she's got that going most of the time, but I don't know. I guess she doesn't want to do that normally. Alright, can I just go this way? I don't know what's up there, but I don't care. Stop shooting arrows at me. Thank you. Ow. I mean, but again, Soybomb, like, I feel like that's, you know, with it's designed to get you to practice, but after you've practiced it, I don't actually feel like it's that difficult. Like, there's no surprises, there's nothing, well, the backwards ones were a little bit rough. Like, that one is a little bit hard, but the ones that are looping around to the clockwise direction, like, where's the challenge is just like, okay, learn how the mechanic works. I mean, where do you draw the line and say, like, that's just a mechanic? Like, it's not a random number gen, it's not RNG, it's not, like, a limited number of retries. I guess there's probably, like, limited number of continues is one of my, like, I don't like it, which is why I turned it off. I turned it off via a Game Genie code, because I don't believe that limited continues are a thing that should exist. But setting aside that piece of it, like, yeah. Ow, got me. Yeah, he's not an advocate. He's just I'm expressing my response to your particular comment. I think those steps represented a challenging game mechanic. And I think that that's the big question, is when is something artificial and when is it a challenging game mechanic? I think that, you know, things that the game could do just as well without, or which take an inordinate amount of time to master, or are designed as puzzles without like demonstration or explanation. I mean, I think that the Lion King, you know, the like we're gonna do these hippos and what is it, hippos and giraffes thing. Ow. I will say, like an aspect of difficulty stuff in games that always bothers me is like, what is your difficulty ramp and is it reasonable? Like, are you taking things and ramping the difficulty up a lot? And I feel like this game, like the swap from level 7 to or 4 to level 5, I definitely feel like is a pretty significant shift in the level of difficulty. And I'm not totally convinced that that is reasonable. Ha! I love cheating. Oh god, Knight on a Segway. Ah. Shoot! Okay, now we've got Gatling Gun Knight while Knight on a Segway comes at us. Cool. Hey, boss. Oh, no. I did what Soybomb told me to. I felt like if you're gonna attack something called a I feel like if you're gonna attack a vampire, you want a weapon called a vampire killer. That just, like, that seems right to me. But if that's wrong, then, well... Oh god. It's kind of funny because the whole, like, the faces are, like, do you see the faces or the glass is what they're going for here, right? So they've got the vase, the vase. So they got the vase in the middle and then the two faces around it, which is like a common, like, which thing do you see? I expect I will be AWOL. I mean, given how many times I've died in the process of this, it definitely feels like, you know, killing the person who wields it is consistent with my personal storyline. Ow. So is the other dude, like, cause, like, in the previous Castlevania games, there was, like, Alucard, which was Dracula's son? And this guy is named Lucard. Are they related in some way? That's right, Segway Man. Oh, god damn it, I ducked. I ducked. Oh, okay. He's just the game developers just aren't all that creative with naming schemes. Fuck. Hey, I can hit those arrows in midair? No, didn't do it that time. Come on. Jean-Luc Lecard. Captain Jean-Luc Lecard of the USS Enterprise. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. Ah! Okay, so I have to hit the vase. But I have to hit it when their faces aren't there. Ow. Haha! Kabagavonen! YTMND. I don't know what that is. You tomato making Norman Darcy. Feel like I'm coming into like a boss fight or something. I don't have a lot of life. Feels problematic. Oh, you're the man now, dog. Yeah, no idea what you're talking about. Okay. You are a Cinderella in a dress who is not doing a lot of damage to me at the moment, which probably means you have a second form, which is going to kill me as soon as I do something. Yep. You are a giant butterfly. Ow. Okay. Giant butterfly drops pollen that kills me. Got it. One whip. Power. Power. Need another whip. Seriously? You're not gonna give me another whip? There we go. Mothra. Mothra, the giant mothwoman. Okay, mothwoman. I like you better in this form. How about you just stay in this form? Huh. Shows what I know. That explains why her name is Mothra. Well, I mean, not explains, but that correlates with the fact that her name is Mothra. I'm not going to use any of my axes. I'm not going to jump around and get myself hit. I'm just going to hang out here, let her come to me, smack her in the face with the vampire killer. Okay. Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what, like, pattern I should be looking out for here. Apparently the answer is, when the giant moth flies directly at your face, beware. So now I know. Ow. An exterminator? Ah, why are you dropping eggs? You cannot drop eggs? Did I say you could drop eggs? You cannot drop eggs. That is cheating. Spawning ads. We don't allow that here. Get out of here. Apparently the right tool to kill vampire moths is a vampire killer. And knowing is half the battle. Anyway. Yay! But Soy Mom already said that this stage was going to be in a special test of artificial difficulty, I feel like. So I'm not getting my hopes up that I'll finish this game tonight at this point. Hey, like I said, there are some aspects of games that are definitely not designed for the way that I play them. I will point out that save states are broken for me, so I'm not using them. Like, I have unlimited continues, but I don't have save states, so, you know. Of the amount of cheating that I can do, this is lower than average. Although it is definitely clear that this game is not designed with the idea of unlimited continues in mind. I do think that it is totally reasonable in my mind to design a It'd be interesting to like write a like an emulator hack that reversed this bit, so you could see it in its normal, like unshiftedness. It's also interesting. I wonder. Let's see. So what they're doing is that they're shifting where they're rendering on every scan line, right? So they've basically got chunks of scan lines, and as they draw them, they're resetting the X position of everything. So they're probably just doing like a shift of some kind as they go down the thing, and using that as like a control thing. I'm not being clear, but I'm just trying to think of the technical way that you implement this on a system, because like there's sprites. Oh, maybe there's no sprites that are actually crossing the boundary. Yeah, so like the top half. Fuck. Yeah, I think this is I would definitely say that this is an aspect I'm not sure how I feel about. I definitely feel like it ups the difficulty, but it's like such a skill, it's such an odd skill that it's like super specific to this game. Okay, so when I walk left, okay, so things actually do shift back and forth even when I'm not moving. So when I stand here, they'll shift a little bit. And as I get further into the level, they shift more. It's also the fact that like the entire level shifts at a different rate between them. And they actually shift back and forth at kind of different times. So like it will be like the middle will shift to the right. As I'm walking, the middle will shift to the right, and then the left will shift to the right. And then, yeah, and so on and so forth. Okay. Deuce of heads. So I just need to look at like where his feet are. So I wonder if the character is actually made up of like three different sprites, or four. You got his feet, his knees, his chest, and his head. And I think those are 4 different sprites. Oh no! Fuck! But yeah, this is designed to make this level more difficult to play, for sure. It's very effective. It's a skill set I don't think you've learned in any other game. I mean, maybe there's other games you'd learn in. It's not a technique I've seen before. And so it really is a test of specific types of gameplay, god damn it, that are you know, different and interesting. In order to not have the level scroll off entirely, it's basically how far right you have walked controls which parts of the map are kind of swaying back and forth. Because now the part that I'm standing on is swaying, and this part is not. And I think as I keep walking, that might change. No, okay. It's always the bottom stripe and the like middle top stripe that are swaying. And then I hate Medusa heads to begin with, and they are definitely not improved by this. Okay. This jump is not nearly as far as it looks, but it does kill me. God damn it. Yeah, no Mode 7 graphics, but we can do the thing is that this is actually, so there's a, was it Haunted Halloween 85 or 86? Actually uses effects a little bit similar to this in order to do parallax style scrolling on the NES. And when I first saw it, I was like, wait a second, like the NES can't do parallax scrolling. How the heck is that working? And it turns out that the answer is relatively simple. The way that it works is that they like as they go down the screen, they like increment something that basically acts like they've got 3 different layers that are rendered differently and slide at different speeds. And you could do that because of how the NES did things. But for me, that was like super surprising because it's inconsistent with what I think of the NES's capabilities of doing. And it's just one of those, you know, tricks, so. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's definitely what I needed. Oh. Is this right? So now I'm a little bit confused. Like, is what I just walked into part of the game or really bad emulation? Okay. Cool. So that's good to know. I mean, I didn't. Fusion did. Yeah, I might turn on. I can try turning off the Game Genie code. Alright, so first of all, save state 2. So I'm gonna load this because I want to figure out if that, So what I do, I ran into this guy or something? Okay. So it does not seem to be failing the same way again. Okay, fine. Then I will just continue playing and... But yeah, overall, like the level of tricks that exist in the sketchbooks of old school retro programmers is amazing. It's one of the ways in which today's modern programmers just do not. We're just not as good. We don't have to be. You know, we may achieve a lot more, but we do not have anything like the amazing skill sets of the old school NES and Sega Genesis programmers because we're not forced to. And I think it's, you know, it's a little bit sad to me that these are skills that it's actually hard to learn from, in part because that history is being lost, and in part because, you know, a lot of those games and developers didn't end up being like going on to continue developing or doing other things like that. Alright. Yeah, they really did. I definitely feel like this part sucks. I was thinking I was gonna walk, and I was gonna walk up those stairs. No, I think it is absolutely the case that hardware limitations made for great games. I will fight you on that. I think that the question of, like, they also achieved a lot of shitty games, but I do actually think that, like, you know, the ways that they were forced to think and the experiments they were forced to do, I think definitely created better content. They create creative technical solutions, but they also create creative, like, game solutions. You've got to think harder about the game because you can't impress with, you know, mega resolutions or like huge long maps or, you know, all these other things that you do these days. And I think that that difference is meaningful. By limiting the skill set, or by limiting the tool set that you can use to do smoke and mirrors, you make people have to put more thought into things. Now, I will say that like modern games almost universally have much better stories. Like that's not a question for me. Well, so yeah, and so Sam, I think that the question that we have to ask ourselves there, and I think that this is interesting, that, you know, something interesting that Stingray has been talking about and thinking about is like how much of the difficulty in older school games is in the game, like the core gameplay, and how much of it is in shit like this, which is like walking upside down land, right? Like, yeah, I don't have any skill in walking upside down in video games because, like, I haven't used it all in this game, and it's not a mechanic I'm used to. That doesn't mean that I think that that provides an interesting mechanic or interesting gameplay or anything else like that. I think that that's largely a gimmicky thing, but that drastically increases the difficulty of the gameplay. Yes, they were mostly written in assembly. That's correct. Fuck. That was a waste of a mirror. Oh no! Shit. So yeah, when I see things like that, and I see, I mean, and I think it's understandable, right? Like, they're trying to add a little bit of additional difficulty to what might otherwise be a... The fuck? Oh, I feel like this isn't gonna go well. Oh, is it like boss rush? Oh, my whip is short. In all those long rooms, I didn't get any extra whip. Ah, got me. I don't think so, no. It's just... Well, actually, I don't have any idea. I'm gonna take back my comment. It seems like it's just rotating sprites, right? Yeah, it's just sprites at a lot of different rotations. Okay, one boss down. Let's figure out who this boss is. Oh, this boss. I hate this boss. It's the worst. Yeah. Knew that wasn't gonna go well. Okay, that's one whip extension. Am I gonna get another one? Nope. Okay. Good to know. Oh, shit. Okay, well, one of the cards has extra life. Good to know. Ow! Okay, 2 of the cards have extra life. Unfortunately, I've used them both at this point, rather than in between bosses, which would have been, oops, sorry, would have been a really good time to use it. Okay, so I learned an important thing, which is that I can actually just stand. I don't have to be pushing right in order to have my whip go up at an angle, which I did not actually know. Oh, seriously? Right. This is the, like, second phase, and I didn't pay attention to it. Okay, let's hope I continue at 6-6. I probably won't. I'll probably continue at 6-1, because this game will make it much more difficult at this point. But we shall see. Also, Proto Sam, this guy's from Texas, and we all know that all the best things are in Texas. Okay, knowing that I can jump and hit at an angle just by holding the up button rather than up and right is definitely going to make that boss way, way easier. So, fun fact. Should be much better this time. Alright, Death. Let's do this. I can do this now. Got full health. An understanding of mechanics for the first time in the game. Ow. That was stupid. Completely unnecessary damage. Fuck! I don't think so. I think the left is stuck. Yeah, I know. I could jump right off the edge though. Is that fixing things? I feel like that's a solution, right? Alright, Death, do your worst. Alright, this is the gear boss, I guess. One of the gear bosses. Yep. Alright, Gear Man, let's do it. Just you and me. I can't hit you. Oh, okay. Ah. Wow. There we go. Hello, Rinnebean. Welcome, welcome to the stream. Alright. This. Picked myself up a turkey. Okay, turkey's got. Let them slow to a crawl, and then we'll hit this. Let's do it. Let's do it, boys and girls. Let's do it. Okay, he's gonna come in from the left, do his little tail swip. Fuck. Ah! So you're thinking like walk up here and then back down here? Aha! Okay, so it seems like maybe I'm gonna be able to pick up some power this way, but no extra whip parts, which is... Oh! I got the extra whip part too. Nice. Nice! Good call, Proto Sam. Good call. Alright, I'm gonna grab... I think I'd have to 20 of these things, maybe. There is no timer in this game, it's true. Alright, I think that should put me at 20. Just 1 second. I mean, he walks like he's an amazing, amazing man, Mike Goes Gaming, so that's what I think. There we go. Alright, let's do this time. Now we got a longer whip. We've got axes that we can throw without feeling guilty about them. Let's see what we can do here. Let's move to the right. No tail whip. Thank you. Okay, good job. No damage that time. We're gonna do the tail whip from the left this time. Got him there. And shit, forgot that that is phase change, and he's dead. Perfect, perfect. Proto Sam saving the day with that epic tip. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, we don't have to use one of our turkeys because we have full life. So we'll attack whoever this guy is. Oh shit. That's death, right? So now we will hit up the this guy. I think I took him out before. We can do it again. This time my whip is longer, so I'll be able to hit him a little bit farther away, not be so scared. Boom. Headshot. Yes! This is Marv Albert. Not that I should be rewarding Marv Albert in any way for his many social flaws. I think he's a convicted rapist? Is that right? I don't know. Not a good guy. Don't emulate Marv Albert. Haha! Okay, so these bosses are easier than the original bosses. They must have less health or something. Because there's no way he went down that easily last time. And I've gotten better at the game, but not that much better. Okay, I can actually whip down. Didn't know that. Doing good, doing good. I think that's it. Everything else is just turkeys, right? Just fine. Turkeys, turkey, 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 turkey. Turkey, 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 turkey. And now we fight Death. The worst boss. Oh shit. I did not mean to shoot 3 axes. That feels like it's gonna be bad for me. Gonna want those later. Ah. Fuck! That really sucks. Yeah, 1 hit left. Okay. Now he's gonna swap forms. Come at me, bro. Oh god. Okay. Don't have to come at me quite so hard. I did read a piece about them at one point, finding out just like how little support they got from Nintendo or anything else like that. Like they basically just got the Nintendo power and then were told like, go with it. Like figure out whatever it takes. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Let's do it. I don't remember who this guy is. All the roast, soy bomb. Oh shit. So I guess holding up and pressing my weapon button does something I don't mean to. Ah, missed. Nice try. Bounced me up right so I could swing into your face. Good job, Rockman. Alright. What do we got now? We got just the wheelman. I am the wheelman. Oh. Okay. We got another sound of turkey set of turkeys around, so that's good. This reminds me a little bit of the fight with the devil in Cuphead. Just the spinning cards, kind of like him rolling the dice. Ow. Fuck. Come on! There we go. Oh. Okay. So that's death. Death is dead, right? Oh no, am I gonna have to go on to the next boss without a recharge or a stage save? I don't have any turkey. Turkey lurkey, where are you? We'll pick up some power-ups here. Anyway, in general, the death fight is harder than the the other boss fights, right? Like usually there's a death fight and then there's a Dracula fight, and the death fight is always the harder fight, except in Castlevania 3, right? Castlevania 3, that I feel like that wasn't true. Yeah, I'm actually not gonna totally charge this up anyway. Whoa, hi. You're not Dracula. Or you're some kind of lady Dracula? Oh, okay. Well, you're not what I was expecting at all. Okay, that was easy. What's next? Okay. Now what? That's it? No. Okay. She wasn't a woman, she was a giant, weird slime monster thing. Ow. Oh, fuck. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. No big deal. We'll have to grind a little bit on the stairs here, but we went into that fight with half health. We made it to second phase. So I don't know how many phases there is. There is. How many phases there is? I don't know how many phases there are, but usually I think of it as being like a 3-phase fight. Phase 2 seemed like it was going okay for us. Not great, but okay. I definitely will want to keep the holy water rather than the axe, I'm pretty sure. It works really well on phase 1 to drop it at his feet. My biggest problem there was that I was kind of stupid and I did not... I was wasting my up weapon, which I did not actually mean to do. When you hold up and use your special weapon, it like, in that case, I think it was like the holy water circles around him, and that was not what I was trying to do, and it uses up 3 of your power rather than 1, so if I avoid doing that, I think I'll be in better shape and still be able to get him pretty easily. Alright, so we will go for 1 more round. I was hoping I would get that special, like, fire whip again, because it's really cool, but apparently it only lasts until you take your first hit anyway, and that doesn't really matter. Because I take my hits early and often. Alright, we got our holy water, we got 38 power. Hello, Dracula. Bring it on. Ow. Jerk. Timing has been off on this one a little bit. I can do it, Dracula, you're gonna die. I'm gonna kick you in the eye. I will damage you, my friend, and you will die a death again. You're already dead, I see, but I will not let that bother me. I will take you out, you'll see that you will die, my friend. Ow. Okay, phase 2 down. Phase 3, here we go. Oh yeah, it's entirely possible. I forgot that I'm playing everything on easy here, so it is entirely possible that playing on easy is the easiest mode. It is also the case that I think I got kind of, like, I hacked through several of the attacks by just being positioned really well, so god damn it, that was dumb of me. But yeah, so I managed to set myself up in a position where her the attack that she was trying to shoot at me, like the beamy, like spinny fire attacks, just went over my head, which I think helped a little bit. And then she had like one other thing that I feel like I dodged entirely, but I don't know how much of that was just skill and how much of that was just I was playing on easy mode, literally. I need to step up my game. Okay. Now we're gonna have Swordman. Okay. And now, final boss. Hopefully. I'm assuming he doesn't have a fourth form, at least in easy mode, but you never know. I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to avoid those. Fuck! Alright. I mean, 3 forms for a Castlevania Dracula boss is pretty standard for him. It's, you know, Castlevania games are hard. I'm not gonna screw around with this. Let's just play through phase 1 perfectly and see where we can go from there. I'm trying to think. I'm starting to wonder if maybe my best bet here was actually to not do holy water, because phase 1 is, you know, it's tricky, but it's straightforward. And instead use axes for phase 3. Like, I stand by that holy water makes this fight possible to beat without a whole lot of work, but it's not clear to me that this is the difficult part of the fight, so optimizing for it is a little bit silly. Holy water plus whip definitely does more damage, but I've been trying. My goal was to make it through without taking any damage from him, so I'm just playing it safe because I don't seem to be able to use my holy water later anyway, so there's no real reason that I need to conserve it. Like phase 3, I don't think that there's any point where I'll be able to use the holy water for anything good. Okay. We'll see. Oh, I missed. Fuck. Okay, he's dead. Yeah, so I guess that's the question I should be asking, actually, is does using holy water on this guy give me anything? Well, yeah. Well, maybe not. Ow! Ow! Okay, let's do that again. 1. I've got no, that didn't work. Cool. Okay, so now I'm out of holy water. And I was wasteful with it. But I do think it actually works pretty well. If I use it well, I can get, I think, six shots of my powered up holy water on him. Oh, that was not super useful. I'm only gonna get 1 hit on him, which is not worth it. Okay, so I can hit those boomerangs that come out at me, and that will trigger them in a different spot. Okay, making progress. Fine. Ow. Damn it. Got too aggressive. Back off. Back off. We're doing fine. Just chill out, relax, and back off. Back off, back off, back off. Oh god. Okay. What the hell? Yes, I did. I did have some good fire dodging in there. I need to be patient, and I am terrible at patience. It is like my worst thing. Okay, so turn red, hop left. Ow. Oh. Okay, new form that I don't know how to deal with. Okay. Boom. Now what? Shit. Stomps and throws his bones all over the place. Oh, I won! Oh, whew. Yes. Oh, I'm a winner. Oh, yay. I'm good. I am the greatest. Yeah. Oh, thanks for hanging out, Soy Bomb. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're going to bed happy. Trap and enemy programming. The small number of programmers on old games is just ridiculous. Like, these things were programmed by such a small total number of people compared to the projects of today. I mean, I don't know, like, I don't even know. I guess, was there like a AAA game market back then? Like, Mario Odyssey today is like a AAA game, but like, the original Mario was programmed by like 4 guys or whatever, right? Like, it's just so different. And I realize that part of that is just like, you can build such a larger world that having more artists and programmers and testers and everything else is just where you have to be, but it's still, you know, just an interesting difference from before. That's Mothra. I learned that from Stingray. He told me. It's Mothra. Hi, Mothra. Princess of Moss. Moss? Wait, Mothra is the Princess of Moss? That seems like a typo. This game has been brought to you by vampires. Thanks to the super chat for good, AWOL. I appreciate it. I guess she is the Princess of Moss, the ghost of Marie Antoinette, Queen of France. Medusa. Yeah, so Medusa ended up being really easy for me, but I played on easy mode, so that's not really surprising. And I guess level 5 is the Versailles Palace level, so it makes sense. Her name is a mistranslation of Princess of Moths or Moth Princess. Okay, yes, it is a mistranslation. I'm not crazy. Because it definitely seemed like a mistranslation. Good job, translators. And that is Castlevania Bloodlines. I'm not going to try normal mode. Yes, that is right, AWOL. That was the reason that I basically, for all of my Super Chat for Good things, I've been picking out specific charities that align in some way with the charity. So that was that. Thank you all for being here. I think we're just going to call it an evening. How many people we got here? We have 15 people watching. Let me glance quickly and see if there's anyone that is like super exciting that I think you would all enjoy. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Nah. Okay, that is going to be it for tonight. I am going to watch some videos in the lounge, so if you would like to join me in watching other videos, you can do that at this URL right here. Other than that, it's been lovely to have you. On Friday, I'll be back playing something else, maybe Journey. There's another AWOL suggestion that I'm interested in playing, so we'll see if I'm up to that. Other than that, I hope you all have a good night, and I will see you on Friday, or later, whenever. Bye-bye.